Chapter 001. This is not a surprise, perhaps a fright. Damn, following this disgruntled boss is a sheer waste of my talent. Who can argue with that? What on earth was that plan? I told you long ago to jump ship to Penguin. Now look, no one wants us. In the vibrant metropolis of Blue Star, at the Ludo Game Company, several employees departed with their final paychecks and belongings, leaving with no sense of nostalgia. Creating a game is a skilled endeavor, and attempting to craft an epic masterpiece on a shoestring budget is an exceedingly high art. To envision this epic opus showcased on VR devices is nothing short of a fantastical daydream. How foolish I was to have joined Ludo Game. Lin, President Lin. A hesitant voice emerged from the office entrance. Lin Fei turned to see a young man dressed modestly, sporting thick-bottomed glasses. Let's go. Don't leave anything behind. Lin Fei sighed and waved his hand. In the adult world, there is neither bread nor cola, only the harshness of reality. The young man bid farewell and left, clutching his possessions. Watching the departing employee, Lin Fei remained silent for quite some time. What a failure. He had thought that by traversing into this VR-advanced, entertainment-efficient world, he could leverage his extensive gaming knowledge to create a gaming empire. The ideal was beautiful, yet reality had left him battered and impoverished. His hard-earned fruits had become someone else's bridal attire. Now, he faced bankruptcy and closure. Was he doomed to remain a pauper for life? Damn, I refuse to believe it. Even if I cannot craft a game, I can emulate something else. If games fail, then films. If films fail, then games. After all, isn't life about persevering through trials? I refuse to accept this. Can one truly remain destitute for 2 lifetimes? At that moment, a notification sounded in Lin Fei's mind. Ding! The game production system has been activated. The host may consume a certain amount of emotional value to create any game. The host can either create independently or directly generate original game code. The level of the game to be produced corresponds to varying emotional value costs. Produce a game based on memories from films or games. Upon hearing the system prompt, Lin Fei's eyes sparkled with excitement. I never imagined that after traversing all these years, I would finally unleash an extraordinary mode. I told you, there's no way I could be destined for poverty in both lives. As he recalled the AAA masterpieces and thrilling films from his memory, Lin Fei felt invigorated. Especially the thought of transferring those AAA masterpieces to this world's VR devices made his blood surge with exhilaration. However, what does emotional value entail? Emotional value. This is generated from the emotions of others' fear, shock, awe, joy elicited by your published works. Emotional value serves as the primary energy source for producing all games. Collecting emotions? Sounds rather sophisticated. Lin Fei furrowed his brow and muttered to himself. But how can I collect emotions when I don't have a single work to show? You have a novice gift package awaiting collection, which will randomly generate a certain amount of emotional value. Now this is more like it. Upon hearing the system notification, Lin Fei immediately sought out and opened the novice gift package. Congratulations. You have received 100,000 emotional value. 100,000 points? What can I create with this? Images of his favorite games from his past life, such as Metro and The Last of Us, flashed through his mind, prompting him to instinctively attempt their creation. Ding! Insufficient emotional value to create this game. Not possible. The inability to create Metro and The Last of Us was somewhat disappointing. In the next moment, he began to mentally explore various games. GTA 5, Sekiro, God of War. Alright, he admitted he might have been overly ambitious. With such a pitiful amount of emotional value, a grand masterpiece, he might only be able to conjure up a Candy Crush. Upon investigation, he discovered that these AAA titles required at least several million emotional value. Am I truly destined to create a Candy Crush? But that game already exists. After attempting a few games, Lin Fei, the fish had died. Suddenly, he squinted, recalling another feature of the system. Modification. Since existing games could not be transported, why not use films to creatively modify a game instead? With this thought, he began to research. He found that utilizing films for game modification required significantly less emotional value. At this point, an iconic blockbuster instantly came to mind. Resident Evil. However, upon inquiry, he learned that Resident Evil is a series, and the emotional value required for redemption reached hundreds of millions. Even redeeming the standalone film version of the first installment required a staggering 5 million emotional value. Alright, he was still a pauper. Having no choice but to seek alternatives, he thought of the film I Am Legend. To his delight, he discovered that this film only required 100,000 emotional value for modification. Seeing this, Lin Fei's face instantly lit up with joy. Although this film may not be as renowned as Resident Evil, It is undeniably an impressive work. Previously, Lin Fei had always anticipated a sequel. Regrettably, he had not witnessed one even after his transmigration. He believed that the Night Stalkers in I Am Legend would undoubtedly bring immense joy to players. Perhaps also some fright, but it mattered little. Harvesting emotional value was what truly counted. With this thought, he could no longer contain his excitement and began to experiment. P.S. This is a new book. Please support with a threefold action, and recommendations are greatly appreciated. Chapter 002 Sister. I'm afraid to send you away transforming the movie I Am Legend into a game and placing it in this world, especially in an immersive VR version. Sounds a bit too cruel. TSK. We can't scare the players too much, right? But that's what makes it exciting. Those bald night creatures will definitely yield a huge amount of emotional value. With this thought, this crazy guy immediately chose to exchange for I Am Legend without hesitation, consuming emotional value to create the game I Am Legend. Ding! Creating the game I Am Legend requires 100,000 emotional value. Do you want to proceed? Is that even a question? Of course, let us make it. Once confirmed, Lin Fei noticed his existing emotional value being instantly reduced to 0 at a visible speed. As the emotional value reached 0, the system prompt echoed in his mind again. Ding! I Am Legend VR has been created. All files have been transferred to your office computer's D drive in the teaching folder. What the heck? Hearing the system prompt, Lin Fei's expression darkened. It wasn't because the folder name was inappropriate, but because his computer had been smashed, crushed. Please let the hard drive be okay. If not, that would be a disaster. Lin Fei didn't hesitate and quickly crouched down, opening the cracked case to remove the hard drive. He went to the office area, randomly found a computer, and connected the hard drive. Power on. The computer screen lit up, entering the system, and he eagerly opened the hard drive to check. Thankfully, all the game files were intact, or he would have suffered a huge loss. Looking at the complete 200 GB of game files, his anxious heart finally settled down. Hee. Penguin, stealing my game. If I don't put you out of business this time, I'll stream myself eating upside down. Looking at this immersive apocalypse VR game transformed from I Am Legend, Lin Fei immediately felt confident. He believed that as long as he operated this apocalypse VR game well, he would definitely harvest a huge amount of emotional value. By then, not to mention the Penguin Company. Even the top gaming companies in this world would no longer be entities he looked up to. Now everything was ready, except for a boost to create this wave. However, he was currently short on funds and couldn't afford any promotional expenses. This was awkward. At this moment, he suddenly remembered something, quickly removed the hard drive, and hurried out of the office. As the saying goes, good wine needs no bush. Even if he released I Am Legend VR on the gaming platform without promotion, players would eventually discover it. But that would take too long. He couldn't wait. So, the only shortcut was to take an unconventional route. Leaving the office, Lin Fei drove his car, which still had 55 months of loan payments left, straight to the outskirts of the city. Jincheng Yuan Community, a high-end residential area outside the 6th ring of the city. Before long, Lin Fei drove here and knocked on the door of room 1103 in Building 2. The door opened to reveal a woman, with wavy hair, an oval face, and a pair of phoenix eyes looking at Lin Fei outside the door. She frowned and said, "Hey, little brother. Can you just let it go? I'm so broke that I can barely afford sanitary napkins, let alone give you money." She had a fox-like charm and an air of maturity, speaking in a rather rough manner. She was Lin Fei's only family member in this world. Lin Luo, a professional game streamer, had gained a bit of fame on the platform due to her mature vibe and humor, combined with her bold personality. Judging by her appearance alone, she was definitely the kind of goddess in the eyes of men and a femme fatale in the eyes of women. However, her voice. There's an old saying that goes, a beautiful face can captivate thousands, but a voice can scare off 100,000 troops. God is fair. While he gave her a beautiful exterior, he also gave her a voice that was mismatched. This saying perfectly described Lin Luo. A woman with a pure and desirable look but a rough and intimidating voice, often referred to by her audience as Tiger Girl. Looking at his sister, Lin Fei helplessly said, "Sister, can we not talk about money? Can't we think of something positive?" "Oh really? You think you can have good fortune? Just tell me. How much do you need? I don't want to see my only brother end up in jail." Lin Luo rolled her eyes and turned back to walk inside. Lin Fei had not hidden anything about the company's situation and had informed her as soon as possible. When Lin Luo learned of the situation, she was furious. But it was only anger. As an obscure game streamer, she felt insignificant in front of the larger entities. Now that things had escalated, there was no way to turn back. The only thing she could do was find a way to help Lin Fei and protect her only brother. This was why Lin Luo had been streaming tirelessly lately, but the results were somewhat disappointing. Lin Fei, fully aware of all this, thought of his sister when he got the idea to promote I Am Legend VR. He believed that with this game, not only could he boost his sister's popularity, but he could also promote his own game. Upon returning inside, Lin Luo noticed the silence behind her and turned to look at Lin Fei. Seeing his dazed expression, she worried that he couldn't handle the pressure and immediately asked, "What are you thinking? How much do you need? Just say it. But let me be clear. I don't have hundreds of thousands, but I could give you my life." Hearing her words, Lin Fei snapped back to reality. Although he was offering his sister an opportunity, he was also afraid of directly sending her off in the storyline of I Am Legend. After a moment's hesitation, he asked, "Sister, haven't you always wanted to be a top streamer? I have an opportunity for you to try." "Opportunity? What opportunity?" Lin Luo stared at him with a skeptical expression. It's like this. Lin Fei hesitated for a moment, then revealed to the other party that he had a major project in hand that could bring them huge traffic. "Is it true or not?" Lin Luo looked at Lin Fei with a skeptical expression. "Of course it's true. Would I joke around with you?" Lin Fei nodded seriously and said, "I can guarantee that once you play this game, it will definitely attract a large number of fans." "Really?" Upon hearing that it could attract fans, Lin Luo's eyes widened as she asked, "Where can I download it? Hurry up and tell me." "There's south no place to download it." Lin Fei replied. "Bastard, are you messing with me?" Lin Luo immediately got angry upon hearing this. "Wait, I haven't finished yet. The game really isn't available for download." As he spoke, Lin Fei took out a hard drive and waved it in front of her, saying, "Because this game is right here on this hard drive." "What? You're not saying this game was made by you, right?" Lin Luo looked at Lin Fei in surprise. "What kind of look is that? What is wrong with me making a game? It's not like you haven't seen my work." Lin Fei rolled his eyes and continued, "The game I have now is definitely better than all the games on the market, and I can guarantee its realism is extremely high." "Really? Then what are we waiting for? Let us get it going," Lin Luo urged immediately upon hearing this, as she had a fair amount of trust in her brother Lin Fei. Chapter 003. "Go ahead, sister, don't get scared. Don't rush." Seeing his sister's eager expression, Lin Fei said, "I need to make a statement before you play. This game will definitely attract a lot of fans for you, but you need to be mentally prepared." "What do you mean, mentally prepared for a game?" Lin Luo looked at Lin Fei with suspicion. "You're not going to trick me into playing some inappropriate game, are you? What are you thinking? I keep the inappropriate games for myself. I wouldn't give those to you, so stop dreaming," Lin Fei replied, rolling his eyes. "It's just that the content of this game is a bit too realistic, and it's set in a post-apocalyptic theme. I'm worried you might get too scared." "Humph," Lin Luo scoffed dismissively. "You underestimate me too much. It's just a game. Back in the day, I used to go mushroom picking at midnight and wouldn't even avoid graveyards." All right, you've told that story 100 times already. Can't you come up with something new?" Lin Fei interrupted impatiently as he entered his sister's streaming room with the hard drive. He opened the computer case and began copying the game from his hard drive to his sister's computer. Sharp-eyed Lin Luo immediately spotted folders named after various teachers and exclaimed, "Oh wow, I was wondering why your computer was so clean. Turns out you've got all the evidence with you." Lin Fei's expression darkened. "Don't think too much. I'm not as desperate as you think. This hard drive was taken from the company computer where employees stored their files. Serves your company right for going bankrupt. Look at the kind of stuff they stored. Fire whoever did this." "Fire? Everyone's already gone. I'm the only one left," Lin Fei replied nonchalantly. "What? No one left?" Lin Luo was taken aback. She cursed herself for bringing it up and looked at Lin Fei with sympathy, wanting to comfort him. But before she could say anything, Lin Fei spoke first. "Yeah, no one left. It's actually quite nice. Never mind. If you need money, just tell me. I have some savings. I don't spend much." "Haha, forget about money. After you play this game, you'll realize how amazing your brother is," Lin Fei said, then reminded her again. "I'll say it one more time. This game is really scary." All right. Stop nagging. You underestimate me," Lin Luo said, rolling her eyes. "It's just a game. How scary can it be?" "Well," Lin Fei said dismissively, "a horror movie? No matter how scary it is, it's just something you watch. But this VR version of I Am Legend is truly immersive. Saying it's 100% realistic is not an exaggeration. Just imagine, when you're immersed in a world overrun by monsters and can't see a single living person around you. What kind of feeling would that be? Just thinking about it is thrilling. I hope my sister can still talk to him normally later. In order to defeat the penguin, he can only silently wish her well in his heart, hoping she won't get scared to the point of losing control." Before long, the 200G game was fully copied. "Sister, wish you a smooth journey. By the way, if it gets too intense, you can quit the game immediately. I really don't want to spend the rest of my life taking care of a sister with mental issues." Lin Fei got up, patted Lin Luo on the shoulder, gave her a reminder, and then asked, "My computer in that room should still work, right?" "Yes, I used it for a live stream the day before yesterday. Hurry up and get lost. Don't bother me here," Lin Luo replied, noticing the strange look in Lin Fei's eyes, as if she saw something called pity in them, which made her a bit angry. "It's just a game, right? I'm a strong woman who dares to watch horror movies. How could I be scared by a game?" Lin Luo didn't take the game's scare factor seriously. What she cared about now was whether this game could really attract fans. If it could indeed draw a large audience, then she could help Lin Fei pay off his debt sooner. Lin Fei cooked dinner, and after eating, Lin Luo, as usual, started her live stream on time. At 7:30, the moment the time was up, she began the broadcast. In the next moment, thousands of fans flooded into the live stream, most of whom were old fans, very familiar with each other. "Hey buddies, your Luo Jia is here." Lin Luo cheerfully greeted them in her unique voice and interacted with the old fans in the live stream. Haha, right on time, that's the vibe. It's definitely Luo Jia. What the heck? What is this? A pure desire Northeast tomboy? Luo Jia, what are we doing today? Chicken dinner or playing some other game? Hurry up and start. Don't talk. It ruins my goddess image. Hey, you can just mute yourself like I did. This guy seems to have 1,000 thoughts. Messages popped up one after another, and the atmosphere in the live stream gradually became lively. Lin Luo had long been used to the audience's teasing. If there was a day without it, she would find it strange. Watching the popularity of the live stream slowly rise, she directly said, "Buddies, today we're not doing 199, we're not doing If You're Brothers, just chop me. And we definitely won't be playing League of Legends. Today, I'll take you to play a new game. It's a post-apocalyptic themed game." As she said this, Lin Luo suddenly realized something and exclaimed, "Oh, post-apocalyptic theme? What kind of theme is that?" In the world Lin Fei had traveled to, almost everything was similar to the world he once knew. However, in this world, the concept of a post-apocalypse did not exist, and even entertainment products related to it had never been seen. Thus, in people's minds, there was no such concept as a post-apocalypse. While speaking, Lin Luo put on the VR equipment, including the VR mobile platform that rose beneath her feet and a set of motion-sensing clothing. A post-apocalyptic game? What kind of game is that? I have no idea. I've never heard of it before. Isn't this just another scam game that preys on people's naivety? Who knows? Our sister has fallen into countless traps, so what's one more? A group of viewers who have never heard of apocalyptic games chatter endlessly, looking down on the game that Lin Luo mentioned. In their eyes, all the games these days can't compare to the popular ones. And the recent Battle Royale game released by a certain company is also quite fun. As for this unknown apocalyptic game, they see it as just another low-quality game that exploits players' intelligence. It might even just be a horror game filled with gore, featuring jump scares or sudden attacks from behind. Lin Luo looked at the barrage of comments popping up and couldn't help but feel a bit uncertain, but for the sake of her brother, she gritted her teeth and said, "Well then, I'll officially start now." With that, she launched the game, and the screen in front of her darkened. Warning: minors under the age of 18 should play this game under parental supervision. A strong disclaimer states that individuals with heart disease, mental illness, high blood pressure, pregnant women, and those sensitive to horror scenes are prohibited from playing this game. We take no responsibility for any consequences that arise. Before the game even began, a disclaimer popped up first. I am Legend VR 1.0 starting. Chapter 004. You're supposed to be live streaming a game, but here you are discussing barbecues? What else with this disclaimer? Are you sure you're not playing the wrong game? It feels like a horror game to me. Yes. This disclaimer clearly resembles the opening techniques of those horror games, while the actual game content is just terrible. Not to mention, I saw a streamer playing it yesterday, and honestly, the content was forgettable, but the models made me want to throw up. Right, I watched that stream too. The character was running forward while the legs were lagging behind, and the arms were flailing around. Oh no, looks like you've stepped into another trap. Just a single disclaimer prompted the viewers in the live chat to start criticizing. While everyone was commenting, the live stream suddenly flickered. Reminiscent of an old black and white television with poor signal, the picture shook, accompanied by a crackling interference sound. Seeing this, the viewers were even more convinced that it was the opening of a horror game. However, before they could voice their complaints, amidst the signal interference, a man's voice started narrating faintly. His voice was deep and somewhat suppressed. Self-important humans never imagined that the day they conquered cancer would also be the day they led themselves to extinction. Normalcy is a concept belonging to the collective, a standard for the majority. When the whole world is left with only you, and you are different from others, the truly abnormal one is you. As the voice continued, the flickering image gradually stabilized, turning into a grayish haze. It seemed like there was a thin layer of fog, giving the impression of being in an abyss. What the heck is this voice acting? This is it. Hearing this voice, it's definitely a terrible game. I'm out of here. I can guarantee today a stream won't be worth watching. The viewers in the live chat began to criticize the opening voiceover. Although they all claimed they would leave the stream, they couldn't resist staying, captivated by Lin Luo's innocent face. As the low narration faded, the dim live stream image gradually brightened. Golden light dispelled all darkness. On both sides of the overgrown asphalt road, cars covered in thick dust were parked. Lin Luo stood on the sidewalk in front of a store, surrounded by wild grass that had grown tall, some even reaching her waist. The scruffy grass, with its pale yellow color, immediately indicated that it was already the mid-autumn season. A cool autumn breeze brushed past, causing the surrounding grass to rustle. Looking at the scene before her, Lin Luo couldn't help but widen her eyes, staring in disbelief at the dilapidated and desolate street. What the? Is this the game's graphics? No way. This rendering. Even a movie couldn't have such clarity, right? What kind of quality is this? 18K. Initially thought it was a terrible game, but the opening was truly stunning. Upon seeing such graphics, the viewers in the live stream were all amazed. What kind of incredible graphics is this? Wow, guys, did you see that? The visuals are so realistic. After a while, Lin Luo, coming back to her senses from the shock, couldn't help but exclaim. Indeed, the realism is astounding. Someone in the live chat commented, asking about the level of realism. But Lin Luo was too captivated to respond. The visuals in front of her felt nothing like a game. It was more like being transported to another world. Everything here is so real. A gentle breeze blew by, causing the grass beside her to sway, and she instinctively reached out to grab a strand. Snap! The slightly yellowed grass was easily pulled out. Wow, did you see that? Even a blade of grass in the game can be pulled out by me. Holding the dried grass, Lin Luo was astonished. This interaction is beyond amazing, right? Moreover, holding the grass feels just like holding real grass. As she spoke, she subconsciously put the grass in her mouth, feeling the texture and taste in her mouth, making it hard for her to remain calm. Wow, is this an incredible game or what? Friends, tell me, have I crossed over? The viewers in the live stream watched Lin Luo's every move, completely captivated. They had never seen such extraordinary graphics in their lives. What happened to that guy who said the graphics were terrible? Come out and speak. What is this? Wow, isn't this game a bit too impressive? The visuals are clearer than any Blu-ray movie I've seen. Hey, is your movie even serious? Seriously, with this kind of scenery, how can you think about driving? Who wouldn't be curious about this game? Oh my, Lin Luo, you just stepped on a ladybug. This interactive scene is too amazing. Did you see those grasshoppers fly away in fright? Lin Luo, there's a dragonfly over there. Hurry and catch one. As Lin Luo moved around, small animals in the surrounding grass began to flee. The viewers in the live stream could no longer contain their excitement, flooding the chat with comments. Meanwhile, Lin Luo in the game was speechless from the amazement. Following the viewers' requests, she started trying to catch the fluttering dragonflies. However, after several attempts, she sadly realized she couldn't catch those little creatures. As soon as there was even a slight sound, they would get startled and fly away. This left her quite frustrated. Haha, Lin Luo is truly Lin Luo. She can't even catch a dragonfly. I think we should make her a sticky net. So she wanted to tire herself out. What is a sticky net? Can you eat it? Kid, you just revealed your young age. You bunch of idiots. I just haven't caught anything for a few years. Back in my hometown in the Northeast, I was a pro at catching dragonflies. When you roast them, the smell. So delicious. Hearing the jokes from the viewers in the live stream, Lin Luo immediately gritted her teeth and cursed inwardly. These people, standing there talking as if they know everything. Do they really think catching dragonflies in the game is that easy? Only players know that these little guys are tricky. Isn't this supposed to be an apocalyptic game? What does it mean for you to catch dragonflies here? Are you trying to be funny? Didn't Sister Luo say she would catch them to roast and eat? Wow, it really proves that saying, anything that can be strung together, there's nothing a Northeast person wouldn't dare to eat. Seeing that Lin Luo hadn't caught a single dragonfly for a long time, the audience in the live stream couldn't bear it anymore and started flooding the screen to stop her. Hearing the viewers' comments, Lin Luo froze for a moment and then remembered that she was playing a game, not in real life. She quickly stopped her actions and began to survey her surroundings. This is Chapter 005 running? My legs don't even work. How am I supposed to run? Is this a city? I didn't know until I looked. And now I'm shocked. Lin Luo's beautiful eyes widened in disbelief. Gazing at the desolate and dilapidated grandeur under the golden autumn, she felt her whole being falter. Especially that distant building, towering like a pillar, clearly indicating the former glory of this city. But how could such a magnificent city end up so worn out and desolate today? Not even a shadow could be seen on the entire street. Where did all the people go? Could it be a forsaken city? But what could have led humanity to abandon such a splendid city? Staring at the empty, desolate street, Lin Luo's mind was filled with questions. Even the viewers in the live stream found it hard to believe. Although they couldn't see the entire city, everyone could tell that this city was on par with top-tier cities on their planet. Yet, why had such a bustling metropolis become so deserted? With not a trace of human presence? Who was the designer? Did they lose their mind? How could there be no NPCs at all? I feel like this city has been abandoned. Nonsense. Can the people upstairs think a bit more? Look at that building to the right of Sister Luo. It clearly looks like it's under construction, so how could it be abandoned? Exactly. Even though we can't see the whole city, I feel this place is definitely no worse than a first-tier city. Do you think it's possible that all the humans in this city suddenly disappeared? What? That's quite a wild idea. To be honest, I think what that guy above said makes some sense. Damn, why are we just guessing here? Let's get Sister Luo to check it out. Yes, Sister Luo, hurry and look around the buildings to see what's going on. See if you can find any NPCs. Hearing the fans' requests in the live stream, Lin Luo assessed her surroundings and stepped toward the nearby intersection. Tap tap. The sound of her shoes scraping against the rough, weed-covered pavement echoed in the silent street. The tranquil environment made her footsteps sound particularly clear, yet jarring. Why do I feel a bit uneasy? Walking alone in such a desolate, empty environment inevitably brings about some negative feelings. Lin Luo glanced around suspiciously, talking to herself. Manhattan, 39th Street on 1st Avenue? Where's this place? Standing at the intersection, she looked up at the sign in front of her, searching her mind, but failing to recall any corresponding name. Never heard of it. Of course, most things in games are made up. If you've heard of it, that would be bizarre. Even though she had never heard of it, from the sign, it seemed that this city or area should be called Manhattan. Did you need to say that? Who doesn't he know, except Sister Luo? Faced with Lin Luo's question, the fans in the live stream immediately reached a conclusion. Are they complimenting me? This should be a compliment, right? Seeing the fans' reactions, Lin Luo secretly rolled her eyes and comforted herself before continuing her exploration. To be honest, being alone in an unfamiliar environment can easily lead to negative emotions, especially in such a desolate city. A sense of panic called loneliness began to grow within Lin Luo, making her cautious. Her demeanor undoubtedly sparked dissatisfaction among the live stream audience, with comments flooding in. Sister Luo, are you breaking character with that timid look? Yeah. What is there to be afraid of? Look, the street is clean, not even a ghost in sight. Don't be timid, streamer. Northeast Big Flower. Tip the streamer a Lamborghini X1. Sister Luo, don't be scared, hurry up and run. Seeing the barrage of comments and gifts urging her on, Lin Luo rolled her eyes and said, you bunch of silly people, it's easy for you to say. If you're so capable, come and experience this game for yourselves. Let me tell you, you can't even begin to understand how I feel, you know? To put it this way, right now I feel like I'm not playing a game, but truly traversing a desolate world. Haha, streamer, if you say that, we want to argue with you. But you've got to act like a person. At least share the game link. Yeah, where's the link? Right, streamer, hurry and give us the link. Seeing the enthusiasm of the fans demanding the link, Lin Luo realized that she might be the first person globally to play this game, and she immediately felt proud, saying, haha, don't even think about the link. This game hasn't been released yet, and I managed to get it with great difficulty. What? It hasn't been released? I can't believe it. Sister, are you trying not to be a person? If it's not released, what are you playing for? What are we supposed to do after watching? Yeah, if it's not released, what is the point? I want to know, which company made this game? I don't think it's domestic. Domestic games aren't. Let us say, seeing that many fans mistakenly thought the game she was playing was developed by a large foreign game company, Lin Luo felt a bit displeased. After all, this game was also the hard work of her brother, and she wouldn't allow others to tarnish it. She immediately retorted, you guys stop making baseless guesses. Let me clarify, this game is a domestic product, and as for the studio, that's a secret for now. Upon hearing Lin Luo's words, the live stream was filled with wails of despair. Watching this situation, Lin Luo felt immensely pleased. The thought that such a realistic game came from her brother's hands filled her with pride. Just then, she suddenly heard a noise behind her. The sound was like heavy footsteps on the pavement. Hearing this, the lively atmosphere in the live stream fell silent instantly. Standing still and not turning around, Lin Luo suddenly felt a wave of unease deep in his heart, as if all the hairs on his back were standing on end. Did he encounter an NPC? Suppressing his discomfort, Lin Luo slowly turned to look behind him. Oh no! His heart raced, and he felt as if his breath had stopped, completely stunned in shock. Streamer, run. Oh no, a lion? Sharp eyes upstairs, and there are two of them. Stunned, Lin Luo looked at the two lions, one male and one female, and felt utterly paralyzed. Run? Where to run? I want to run too, but my legs just won't listen to my brain. With his mind blank, Lin Luo felt like he had crashed, staring helplessly at the two slowly approaching lions. Roar. Chapter 006. Rich and Noble. Your mother called you home for dinner, woo-woo. Who can save me? Lin Luo felt her hands and feet turning cold as she watched the two approaching lions, completely frozen in fear. Not just her. At this moment, the viewers in the live stream were equally paralyzed. Oh my goodness. Can someone tell me? This shouldn't be a golden retriever, right? A zookeeper who has dealt with tigers. Host. Based on my years of clinical experience, you're facing big cats. Listen to me, don't run. Unless you have 4 legs. Look at their bellies, see if they're full. If they are, you might have a chance to survive. What the heck? Is what the person upstairs said even human language? Do those 2 lions look like they've just eaten? It's over, it's over. Sister Luo is about to be done for. Sister Luo, may the heavens protect you. Your powers are boundless. Not necessarily. ISNT, it said that women from the Northeast are like mother tigers. I think Sister Luo has the capital to take on a lion. Because the audience was lively and the topics